All right, YouTube, we're here with Andrew Doe, who just got top 4 at RBET Denver. What did you play today?
Hero Frogs with 3 Water Arts.
Water Arts. Okay. Any shout outs before we get into the deck?
Yeah, shout out to all my friends from SAC. Lex, he sacked me. Johnny helped me build the deck. Discouraged me from playing the deck, actually. Discouraged me for actually coming. But Nico, Fetty for theory crafting the deck with me. Andy for also topping. And I guess Lex top too, so shout out to him too.
All right, let's get started.
Yeah, so the main deck's pretty simple. The idea of this deck is just like, it's either good cards or bad cards. Like, I try to take out as much bad cards as possible, so I wasn't playing like Malicious Edge or anything, so it's 1 Gores. I just played these 3 heroes. Like I said, I didn't play Prodigy or Malicious Edge because I feel like those cards are just bricks, and they're sort of like win more. Like, at no point in time do I ever want to search a Prodigy or a Malicious Edge. They just don't do anything. I mean, I guess if you're playing against dandies and stuff. These 3 heroes are just naturally good. It's a natural beat stick. For the Monarchs, played 3 Kais and 2 Ryza. It's kind of all you need. Sometimes I wanted to cut 1 out, but it's just I wouldn't know what else to play, so I felt like this was fine. And for the Frogs, I played 3 Subs of Toad, 3 Swap Frog, 2 Treeborn, and 1 Dupe. I only chose to play 1 Dupe because if you play 0 dupes, honestly, it makes Subs of Toad kind of weird. It's just like 6 Swap Frogs. I didn't want to play more than 1 dupe because you can still do the soft dupe block, which is these 2. And like, this is one of the cards I said were like bad cards, right? Like, you don't really want to see them in the hand, but like, you wouldn't mind seeing this on the board. And then there'd be like some times of like, because there are some times when like Hero Frogs don't have a stable beat stick or a Monarch. So you have to go like sub into swap and then attack for 11 and then like tribute this for dupe and then bounce this back to the hand. So you're left with like a 2,000 wall on the board and you have like Regeki break food. But like worst case scenario, this thing could just keep poking for 1,000 and generate more like card advantage and life points advantage. So I thought the 1 dupe was cool, but I wouldn't play more than 1. That's it for the monsters. Like I said, it was just like Frogs or Monarchs or Heroes. And then for the spells, I played 2 E-Calls and 1 Rotas. The idea with this, even though I only played 3 hero targets, was it's a clean 40 card deck. This is just 4 copies of Stratos. So 4 out of 40 is 1 out of 10. So you have a 10% chance just off 1 card getting a Stratos. That was really it. I didn't play Junk Synchron. It loses the deck Devi, it loses the oppression. It sort of win more. Like, your deck is already designed to really be as linear as possible and like to keep tempo going in your favor. Yeah, it's cool that it can search Junk Synchron, but like, I felt like the whole tournament, I never really needed it. Anytime this was in my hand as a starter, I would have wanted Stratos anyways. And I played Brain, Heavy Storm, MST, 3 Upstart, 3 Miracle. Pretty standard. I would hope so. I don't know. I guess 3 Upstart's not standard. The RBET winner told me not to play it, but he won Santa Clara, so he can say whatever he wants. For traps, Mirror Force, Torrential. One thing the Santa Clara RBET winner, Johnny Mai, told me to play was this. It was actually really good. It did catch people off guard. Like, you just do simple things like something as simple as like swap, dump Treeborn, bounce this back, set this. They'll always assume this is a Regeki break. So let's say, for example, I won multiple games off this alone when they like summon Sure attack and they'll think it's Regeki break because like a natural player would think, okay, he's Regeki break, also he has to discard a card. It's pretty good card economy, right? But not like, if you prison the Blackwing monster, it's just banish. They can't like blizzard it back. And it's just good in a lot of other matchups like Stardust. And it helps with side patterns because I already have a card I would have sided in anyways. Yeah. And then 4 Trap Dust Shoots. It's kind of why I like this deck. 4 Trap Dust Shoots and a 40 card deck give a 10% chance of seeing this. Anytime you can stack these 2 together and use it both in 1 turn, I don't think no one ever wins through that. And then 3 Regeki Break. I just like it over Phoenix Wing Wind Blast. So, yeah, the clean 40 card deck, I don't think I would ever change these 39 cards. I think these 39 cards are solved, at least how I play it. And this is kind of like that 40 card spot. I was switching between a lot of cards. Like, it could have been the junk slot. It could have been like anything you really want to play. But yeah, I guess thanks Johnny for telling me to play this. Extra deck, it's pretty simple. 1 Gaia, 2 of this, 3-0. I never went through a single synchro at all, but yeah. I'm not going to explain them because I never made them. And then the side deck, 1 Cyber Dragon. I'm not gonna lie, like, there are some matchups I want 2 in, but I understand there's some matchups I wouldn't even want to side in since they side oppression in anyways. But like, the idea of Cyber Dragon isn't really to like pressure beat stick. It's kind of like a go secondary, like a pseudo soul exchange for me to either tribute and get my dupe lockout, or like instantly tribute for a Vanity Student or instantly tribute for a Monarch, because like that's sort of what I use it for. It's just like a quick Caius, a quick Ryza, a quick Vanity Fiend, but it's still a beat stick, so I kind of liked it better than Soul Exchange. Probably the most sided in card today on anything that's not Black Wings, because it's a card that doesn't get hit by pulling the rug, and it's still a strong monster. And like, for example, Vayu Turbo's matchup, I didn't side it in, but like, I normally in testing, I do side it in because it's a card that doesn't get hit by deck Devi, and it's a card that doesn't get hit by pulling the rug, and like, they have to like commit cards to kill it. Otherwise, this deck has a really hard problem with decks that go wide. Like I said, it's just a really linear deck. It's really simple. It really like trades 1-for-1 tempo a lot. But like, this deck, I'm not gonna lie, will lose if you don't have a absolute 0 on the board and they drop like a Dark Arm or a Return or Judgment Dragon, or just things that like really like swing tempo back into their favor. So this kind of like keeps weird decks in check, and then like kind of like, as long as you can control the game state with this card, it's just a strong like pseudo Monarch essentially. 2 Dyna. This card was okay. Just because of the side patterns, it worked out a little better by protecting it. Yeah, it was alright. 1 Breaker. Thought this card was pretty good. It comes out as a 1900. It kills cards like Oppression. I do side it in blind going second in most situations. There's cool plays you could do like pop, swap frog, bounce it back, and use it for later. 2 DD Crows. It's really just for like decks that DD Crow are good against, like Avarice decks, Fords, Lightsworn, Vayu. I like it in Vayu, some people don't. But like, my explanation with this card is most of the time, unless they go crazy with Return, Vayu Turbo's like main crackback play is like summon one of the Dark Warriors, right, and dump Plague, and then they'll top deck for Plague and try to synchro. But like, if you do it on the Plague, when they top deck, they just lost a card in their hand. They lost a Plague, and they're stuck with one of the like Greffer or Armageddon Knight. So they kind of wasted a normal summon, so they really don't have much cards to play after that. And then you just probably hit them with a Monarch. It's mainly for like Swarm decks, like I said, decks that go wide, or Titanium. And then 2 Bottomless, 2 Dust, and the second Prison. Like I said, maining 1 Prison helps with the side patterns, because post-side I usually side 2 it anyways. So I figured why not just main it. And obviously it's for Oppression. It's for like Blackwing matchups, or like Dyna protection matchups. But yeah, that's my deck.
All right, congratulations, and this is the mat you did win, right? For,
yeah, it's
top 4.
weird. Like, I mean, I don't want to talk mess about it, but I wish it said something about it. I mean, yeah, it's just a blank mat, honestly. Like, no one knows this came from Denver. It has no differentiation from like this and top 16. I don't know. I mean, it's not my format, so I can't really say much about it. But I guess it's a cool mat.
Okay, and any closing thoughts? Or anything you would change with the deck?
I guess. Nah, I really wouldn't change anything in the deck. Like I said, this could really just be anything. I wouldn't change G's 39 cards though. Upstart's probably gonna stay. Like I said, there's a lot of. Okay, one real quick thing about Upstart is like, your deck isn't ever gonna OTK anyways, so it doesn't matter that you're giving them 1,000 life points. I think that's the argument with some people about it. Like, it doesn't really do much. Sometimes you're just trying to kill them, but the deck can't really go wide. So there's a lot of things you can do. Obviously, you could thin out your deck and then start drawing to your bombs. But like, how I play Upstart in this deck, it's a little differently. Like, I don't always have to force thinning out my deck before I Upstart. because there are sometimes like your line of play changes based on if you specifically draw the water arts. Because if I draw the water arts, then I'll play more passive. I'll probably leave the swap frog, right? Like, just stuff like that.
Right.
Realistically, I'm trying to get to this as fast as possible because the sooner you can see their hand, the sooner you can play around it, and most likely you'll probably win that game. I don't think I've ever lost a game where I've water arted somebody in my opening turn, so that's kind of the idea with the deck. Other than that, yeah, like I said, it's probably just this is the flex spot, but yeah.
Okay. All right. Congratulations again on your top 4. Will we be seeing more of you at any future events?
Just whatever events my friends go to, I guess. Like I said, I play Modern a lot more, so I just go because my friends go. So, yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
Appreciate it.